I just made a very serious TikTok on the history related to the Holocaust and propaganda. And I had a bunch of men, generally older white men, come into the DMs to say nothing more than comment on my blue hair, which is the problem. And I'm here to react to this with some history and insight to increase perspicacity, decrease tractability. Having vivid fashion colors is very old. It was very, very popular in the 1700s, even before the United States was a country. Both men and women would have blue hair or pink hair. Originally, it wasn't blue for boys, pink for girls. Originally, it was actually pink for boys, blue for girls. There's a problem when we think that our individual lived experience is the norm, is normal, is good, and is all there is to human history. This is a problem of perception. Having fashioned vivid hair as I do, or as people did in the past, is not cheap. It's expensive. It's the one luxury I afford myself. Even though I have a full-time job, I have 2 side jobs, I work 7 days a week, I haven't had a vacation since before my son was born, and he's about to be 17. It's the one little thing I allow myself. I tell my students not to automatically believe something, especially a documentary, just because the narrator seems authoritative. I give an example in the Ancient World class of a documentary that doesn't have its facts correct, but the narrator is an older man with a deep voice. Not only that, it's a British dialect. So he's talking about the ancient world with a deep authoritative voice, and it's British, which appears more intelligent somehow. And I tell students, don't believe that. Warren G. Harding was by far one of the worst presidents in all of American history. He was elected because of how he looked. He looked and came across as authoritative. He was tall, he was rugged, he was handsome. He was a womanizer, a drinker, a gambler. He's kind of a good old boy that people could relate to, but look at that suit. He looks authoritative, and he was as corrupt as it gets. When he was president, corporations ran amok. This is the Teapot Dome scandal. I mean, this was the worst corruption and incompetence, some of the worst in our entire history, because people elected him for how he looked, outward appearances. Judging people that way is unintelligent. But that doesn't mean I hate white men. My son, my dad, my stepdad, my best friend, all white men. Let's be smarter.